Welcome everybody to the MGS2 normal race featuring Roy, dlimes, and Pythonicus. Pardon for the time. It takes a little bit to set up one of these races, but I'm going to be commentating for this race. My name's Plywood. I've run this category before, and we're going to get into this right here, right now. I hope you guys are excited. We have 3 runners, all running on the PC version of MGS2. This is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing a countdown in a moment here. And they're off. Good luck to all the runners. Right now we are going to have dlimes audio. Don't mind the little delay. We'll be able to make it a little bit better in a little bit. Pretty standard start for this run. Tanker plant. We're going to be playing a snake. And the thing about snake is we can't roll around all the time. It's a little bit slower. And Pythonicus got the roll past the camera, very nice. dlimes also got the roll, and Roy got the roll. Very impressive. That roll's a little bit tricky with the timing, but you want to get it so you can avoid getting kicked in the face in the cafeteria area. Now we're coming up to Olga. Now, Olga can be random in terms of what she gives us. Pythonicus got left Olga. dlimes got left Olga, and Roy sadly got right Olga. Right Olga is slower than left Olga, but it depends on the execution. Python did not get the loop.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents.
No time saved there with that.
The unit is my life. We've shared everything. All the
Now the
bad
tricky thing about this fight is knowing where to
I
aim.
have no one. Nothing except
And sometimes Olga can move in a way that's kind of hard to
Nothing
deal
else
with.
matters to me.
And what we really don't want is for her to get behind the tarp, which it looks like Python might be into that situation. Things are going to get a little bit random for him. A little less predictable. Shoot the tarp to get it out, and it looks like dlimes actually had the first Olga completion. Very close between Roy and dlimes, and sadly Python's having a bit of trouble with his fight. But in a race, you just gotta keep on going. And just because you have a rough Olga does not mean the run's over. Remember that, everyone. Whether it's a PB attempt or a race, anything can happen. dlimes doing that SOCOM swap while he's rolling down, very nice. And we'll see what strat they opt for here.
Freeze.
Holding up the guard, and dlimes rolls past the camera. And we're gonna do a warning shot here to move this guard and knock into him. Roy opts to roll into the guard. Now in the cruise lounge, dlimes avoids getting shot, nice. And since he has a save file that only has the camera, not the digital camera, he saves an input there. Engine room can be pretty tricky, even on normal. dlimes had a little bit of an issue here. He's going to have to turn around and trank this guard. So when engine room's a little bit slower and the backup unit is coming, you're going to have to adjust a little bit to avoid getting shot. So I think dlimes... Oh, no, dlimes is just going to roll into all these backup units and just run on through. Interesting. Roy gets the alert, running past the guy. Shoots out 3 sensors. Very important we don't shoot the bomb itself. Pythonicus messing up the strat to avoid the cutscene, it seems. Unfortunate. And we'll see what strat Roy and dlimes opt for here. dlimes is going to trank him twice, and then he's going to fall asleep. And so did Roy. Very nice. dlimes does a PPK buffer to avoid getting spotted by the music guard. Roy just waits for the guard with the radar on. And Python opting to roll through the guard as he's looking side to side. And doing a little punch buffer and then moving by. Alright, guard rush. We're going to probably see all these runners go for a lethal approach here. Just spam the heck out of them. Look at that beautiful spam coming in from dlimes, not even bothering to aim. Pretty nice. Or as we see Roy opting to aim, I think not aiming. Seems like the better strat, right? And Pythonicus sitting in the back and drinking them. Alright, so we're probably going to see dlimes go for ladder glitch here. He does it with a PPK buffer. Oh, okay, he got it. So, with a certain set of inputs, we can skip using the ladder, which is very beneficial. Make that guard notice us and then go on by. Roy going for a PPK buffer as well, getting a clean ladder glitch. And we see dlimes swapping the projectors over, holding these guards up. It looks like Roy's getting out of hold 1 without too much trouble. And Python also nailing the ladder glitch, very nice. Let's see how Roy handles holding up this guard. He got it. We see dlimes taking his foes, 6:15 finish, very impressive. Still anyone's game. No one's failed so much that they had to game over, which is always the thing you worry about in races in the holds. So good job to all the competitors. They're all getting out roughly at the same time. Let's see what Python's time is on this. It's a 6:16, very good. So one of the photos that they took is the photo of the logo, the Marines logo, and it's not as it seems, but if you take the photo from a certain angle, you can actually hit it. Not as intended. So that is the conclusion of Tanker. All the runners are going on to Plant now. So in Plant, we're going to be playing as Raiden, and with Raiden, we'll be using a ton of cartwheels, because cartwheels is the fastest thing to move in a straight line. And Pythonicus is going for the little glitch here, kind of similar to the camera with the ladder glitch, but he had a little bit of trouble setting it up. Always fun to watch this, swimming in air, swimming through the door, and looking at the statuesque guard. dlimes is hiding behind the forklift.
Secure the perimeter.
I think he's on the prowl for a guard. Oh. Uh-oh.
Requesting backup unit.
Ooh. Just got in time.
What's going on? Respond.
Apparently it does save you about a second entering the caution here versus not entering it. You'll see how Roy handles this dock area. It's going to be in the back. Throwing that guard. Throwing that guard. Picking, looks like he's going to pick up the ration now. A little bit inefficient. It'd be better to pick it up before the guards wake up, but A-okay. Pythonicus doing a similar approach, throwing the right guard, throwing the left guard, and he is not going to pick up the ration. Normal's too easy. I would not agree with that. After all the routing improvements that this category's gone through, it's only begun to be more challenging. Of course, European Extreme is the harder category, but normal is pretty interesting on its own. Definitely more challenging than very easy. So all the runners are going to be heading over to Strut C, and it's going to be interesting because I think dlimes is going to do clockwise, and Roy and Pythonicus will be doing counterclockwise bombs. So the difference is that clockwise we're going to be going to the Strut D first, and on counterclockwise we'll be going to Strut B first. And this is going to radically change this sequence of the game. Now, clockwise bombs is a little bit faster, but brings in some risk to the run, because usually you will skip picking up the M9, and that means certain options are not available to you. Poor Python, he's rolling on that frame. That is so annoying when that happens. Hope you guys all know what tomorrow is. It's the final day of the marathon. Alright, we see dlimes heading over to Strut D, following Pliskin in his orange box, not the Valve game. So we're going to see dlimes drop from the rail. Close enough, but not too close that that guard below him notices. And then just wait for this guard to pass by. It's the safest thing to do.
Here.
Spray the coolant. And Roy is going to be doing counterclockwise.
Freeze.
Hold the guard up, roll into him. Very nice.
Is there somebody there?
Extract that guard.
Enemy on board! Maximum alert!
And we're going to get a caution here. dlimes. Meanwhile, Roy is entering Strut B. This is a very simple defusal in terms of the counterclockwise route. Pretty... just pull out your coolant, freeze the bomb, no problem.
Requesting backup unit.
Cartwheeling and almost getting the alert. If you get that alert on a transition into a load zone, it won't actually stick to you, but it will still count in terms of your statistics. Roy is sniping with the SOCOM on AB. I think Pythonicus will be going for the cartwheel strat. Let's see. Yep. So here we go. He's gonna cartwheel into this guard, and he's gonna fall over the ledge into the drink, as our boy Forensic would call it. Roy holding up the guard, shooting him in the head. And he's gonna be going for a trick called Coolant Rise. In Coolant Rise, you equip the coolant, stand up, and then unequip the coolant, and that will give you a fast rise. Coolant Rise. Nice little trick. We'll be seeing all the runners try that. And additionally, freezing the bomb from the back. It's a little bit weird on Strut A doing that, but if you can manage it, it saves a lot of time versus going underneath the pipe. Meanwhile, dlimes heading into strut F. He's going to throw a chaff grenade immediately. And then continue on through.
Enemies.
And that guy will not be able to finish his call. And looks like we're going to have a little bit of a high five situation. Roy freezing the guard, picking up the M9, switching over to the M9, holding that guard up. And dlimes going this lower path. Oh, very unfortunate. He went prone by accident while he was trying to cartwheel. That can happen sometimes. But it's all good. It's a small little time loss. Looks like everything went pretty okay on Roy's end with the
There's somebody there.
strut F. Very close timing between Roy and Pythonicus right now. Now they're going through the EF bridge, and it's a little bit tough when you're coming from strut F without a box. Interesting route from Roy there, going around the top right silo pillar thingy on the bridge. And as we can see, it looks like dlimes is nearly done with all of his bombs. Nice little cartwheel into that guard to avoid getting spotted by him. As Roy and Pythonicus enter the roof to defuse the bomb underneath the jet. Another warning shot strat from dlimes to distract that guard, and then get out as quickly as you can before the alert happens.
It's the enemy. I need.
And now dlimes is going to kill this guard, and that's going to cause an alert, but this is all according to the plan, as being an evasion is better in the next bridge, as long as he doesn't get caught as he's going to the BC connecting bridge, which he didn't. Very good. So as I said, evasion is better here. That's what he'll be doing. And it looks like Roy opted to pick up the box. I don't think dlimes picked up the box. I'm not sure about Pythonicus. We'll see if he did. And both Roy and Pythonicus going the lower route here. As we can see, dlimes is definitely maintaining his lead, as he is now finished with all the bombs in bomb disposal. So currently dlimes is in the lead. Roy and Python sticking to each other pretty close. So dlimes is now heading back to the dock where we started plant to defuse a bomb where we started, pretty much. Python's having a little bit of trouble trying to trank these guards so he doesn't bother them.
Who's that? The enemy is attacking. Stay alert, every.
And let's see how dlimes handles AB. I believe he's going to do the cartwheel strat as well. And he does it successfully. Very good.
What's going on? Respond.
Oh, poor Python. He had the same thing that happened to dlimes. It is really easy if you lose your momentum to accidentally go prone. And that's a big no-go. You lose probably about 2 seconds from that, maybe even 3. And keep in mind, rolling, or should I say cartwheeling, only saves a small amount of frames when you do it in straightaways, and sometimes it's not ideal, especially if you need to make a turn, because you have to wait for the cartwheel animation to end, so it's most ideal in straightaways, but there's a lot of places where you can sneak in cartwheels. Roy and Pythonicus are so close. They're in the same room, but Roy's taking a few strats that might be wasting him a few seconds here and there. Going into FPV with that guard, for instance, and this AB bridge is going to cost him, I think, since he doesn't go for that cartwheel strategy. dlimes starting up Fortune, sitting in the back, telling Fortune to come and get it. Oh, come and get it! Shoot the fork! Just like that. Then he gets shot himself. I don't think he cares too much one way or the other. A little thing Python's going to do here, and I'm sure Roy as well, is hold select to get this codec on the first frame. Some of the codecs in this game you can just hold select to get that first frame. Very useful, especially later on in Arsenal. Oh, Roy did not do it. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse. dlimes just kind of sitting around chilling, waiting for Fortune to finish wreaking havoc on this room. dlimes maintaining a pretty commanding lead for about a couple minutes at this point. Picking up that SOCOM ammo to end and whipping out the coolant instead of the menus. Very nice. So, going into the next area, we'll be heading over to Fat Man. And let's see how dlimes handles this chaff pickup. It can be a little bit tricky, especially without the box, to avoid getting blown up. And he got it, very nice. Little jitter there. I hope you guys like fuchsia color. Cartwheel into that guard, and Roy is just using the box. Meanwhile, Python is using the iframe abuse to avoid getting hurt. Now, Strut of Warehouse going to Fat Man's a little bit tricky without M9. We're going to see dlimes cartwheel into that guard. Run into that guard and just barely get out. Yeah, don't disappoint MGS1 like I did. Kappa. Now, Fat Man, dlimes will be going for a lethal strategy since he has no M9, but I'm pretty sure Python will be going for non-lethal Fat Man, because it potentially can save time. However, it is quite challenging to do so. I didn't notice if dlimes picked up a Claymore, but a recent strategy change with the EF bridge, picking up the Claymore, you can use the Claymore here in this fight, and yep, he's going to whip out that Claymore and set up a Claymore over at these boxes, and hopefully Fat Man's going to run into it. He did. It's a good way to remove the Claymore from your inventory, because it's kind of annoying to have there, and do some free damage to Fat Man along the way. Now, Fat Man can skate randomly around the arena, so you gotta maintain close proximity and then time out your shots after his iframes are over. Very clean fight from dlimes, aside from going prone. Again, commentator's curse, sorry dude. Very beautiful. Definitely showing how to do that fight like a normal pro, aside from that prone. And Roy going for the M9 shot cartwheel. If you do that, the guard will get knocked out. Now, equipping that box makes this Claymore area a little bit easier because you can turn a little bit more efficiently, and Pythonicus did the same thing. Again, Roy and Python are practically neck and neck. It looks like Python is behind by a couple seconds, but that is that could change very quickly in the next couple of areas. Pace can change quite a bit in Shell 1 Core. Ames. And the Harrier, of course. So, next up on the agenda is picking up an AK from Strut F. dlimes already has his BDU equipped. And let's see how Python and Roy handle Fat Man. So I believe Roy's going to go for lethal Fat Man indeed. Both defusing the top right bomb. And Python going for this triple shot strat. It's very tricky, but you can actually land 3 non-lethal shots on Fat Man if you got that precise aim and reaction time. But if you can't get it, it ends up being a bit slower. Roy is losing Fat Man a little bit. He's only got 12 seconds, but thankfully, the way Fat Man is, he'll go to the bomb that needs to be defused. So, not too bad of a fight from Roy. And Pythonicus following suit. No one's had any game over, so that's pretty impressive. This whole encounter can be really tricky this game. dlimes cartwheeling through the guard to initiate a caution, and that is to save some time on B2 here. But doing that, oh, it actually didn't. He didn't finish out the call, so there is no caution. But ideally, you get the caution there, and that can skip a few mini cutscenes with this running man. Very tricky. So we go down to B2 to pick up that D-mic. Now we're going to head up to B1. dlimes is going to do a little setup here after knocking on the wall to attract a guard's attention so he can easily grab him without having to move whatsoever for the retinal scanner. And you got to knock on a very specific spot on the wall to make this work efficiently. And just like that, easy every time.
Retinal pattern recognized. You are cleared to enter.
Very, very nice. Now, aims can spawn in a random location on New Game Plus, and all the competitors are running on New Game Plus. Let's see what position dlimes gets.
Reporting no problems
That's
in the hall on B1. In the
not a
shell
horrible
one
aims, but not great. It's pretty average.
King.
Now, the really tough thing about not picking up the M9, arguably, is the exit from Shell 1 core. Because of getting out without causing an alert can be a bit tricky. dlimes has had a lot of practice with it, though. Pressing the elevator button avoids getting shot, and then he uses the gun to kill that doofus. Very nice. Like that. Gonna definitely steal that when I return to this game. He forgot to throw the chaff, I think. Maybe that's intentional. I don't think so. This is gonna be a little bit tricky for him now. It's just checking to see if there's ciphers there, and there's that cipher. Unfortunate mistake from dlimes, but he's recovering. He's not gonna drop this. Some runners would just opt to immediately fall down and intentionally death to scrub the alert, but dlimes like, no, I got this, I have my backups, I know what to do. Very good. I'm gonna smack this guard, knock him out. Pick up the PSG-1, and thankfully we'll never have to revisit Strut F. Python doing again that setup a little bit differently, but still works just as well. And Roy sadly got the walking guard. You got to be really careful about your knock, or else this guard will just casually walk over. And Roy doing the turn. Classic turn. Yeah, in case anyone's wondering what I mean by scrub it, I mean remove it. Scrubbing an alert. Kind of like scrubbing yourself in the shower, you know. Gotta get yourself clean. Clean of that alert.
Encounter the enemy.
Oh, that's a very neat little thing to extend the caution from D-Limes. Neat. Shooting right before you enter the room. Not too much of a concern on normal, but neat nonetheless. Alright, so going into this area, Shell 1-2 connecting bridge. We're going to have to shoot several sensors to take care of the C4. Kind of like Tanker, but like the ultimate version. But there's fewer sensors here compared to Extreme. And D-Limes uses the rifle. Some people opt to use the SOCOM for a lot of this. It looks like D-Limes prefers using SOCOM for the last few sensors. Very nice. Now let's see what approach D-Limes takes for Harrier. This is one of those big pendulum swinging moments. How will he handle the start of this? It'll be really challenging on PC due to the frame rate. Looks like he's going to go for the 5-shot. And let's see if he got it. He got it. Very, very good.
Use this.
He's going to get that right shoe shot. Let's see if he landed it. I don't think he did. It's a bit trouble. And then set up for this die shot. There's a visual on IQ to get this shot. The missiles drop out of the plane. Gets that double, and then goes over the rail to avoid the damage. Very clean. Except for missing that right shoe shot, it's very nice.
I'll let you
Getting ready to shoot 2 stingers at the Harrier as it's flying over. Use the iframes from the SOCOM drop, and then fire the stinger safely. Get a few easy shots on this Harrier. Wait until it turns the corner. Hit that shot. I didn't get that second one. Ideally, you hit the edges of the Harrier, not the middle, but that was still a very nice fight from D-Limes. Very quick. Python and Roy definitely have quite the act to follow after that one. And it looks like Python is taking a bit of a lead here. He's about 30 seconds ahead of Roy. But anything can happen in Harrier. And D-Limes perfectly timing those cartwheels to avoid the mini cutscene. Very impressive. There's a mini cutscene with those panels falling, but he avoided it expertly.
Hurry up and check
Python opting for SOCOM for a lot of these sensors, and using the rifle for the flag and the Cypher. He's not zooming in. He's gonna just like hit that perfect shot. Ain't that fun?
Encounter the enemy.
Ooh boy.
Backup.
D-Limes got spotted, but it's okay. He didn't get shot and then drop. Almost like he planned that. Maybe that's a new strat from D-Limes. And oh, poor Python missing that shot over the strut can be pretty tricky, especially if you're going for the 5-shot.
Return to your positions. Tighten security.
Hiding behind the pillar and just trying to force the Harrier into the next part of the phase. I'm gonna go for those die shots, excuse me. There's no V in that. It's not Metal Gear Solid V. It looks like the shots missed, unfortunately. The timing for that die shot, or I should say die shots, is pretty strict. So let's see how Roy handles the start of this fight. 1, 2, 3. Ah, he missed that air shot. Again, it's really, really tricky, especially on PC. So he's going to have to deal with the 3-shot start on Harrier. Again, I can't emphasize enough, the start of the fight really determines your pace for this fight. Python taking a missile to the side. Oh boy, oh, that was really close. He doesn't have a ration equipped. If that missile landed, that would have been it. And he's missing these missiles. That is something you don't want to do, and sadly the Harrier flew away. And he missed that shot too because it wasn't locked on at first. This could be Roy's opportunity to catch up here. We'll have to see. It doesn't look like he's going for the die shots. He's just gonna go over the rail. Meanwhile, D-Lime's retrieving the Nikita, getting ready to save the president, quote-unquote. Roy forgot to pick up his SOCOM, and that's why he got hit like that. This is looking to be a little bit of a rough fight for our boy Roy. Oh, no! Oh, no. Oh, that is so unfortunate when that happens. It's just a slight angle inconsistency, and he rolled right off the edge. And, you know, that can happen.
What is that?
If your movement is just a little bit off, you could just easily fall off the edge. That is tough. I know the feeling, because I have a lot of trouble with this area myself. So, don't worry about Python. Meanwhile, Roy looking to finish up this fight in the machine gun phase. That little mistake, though, from Python, it's made the gap between Roy and him a little bit smaller. D-Limes definitely has a commanding lead, but second place, it just takes one more mistake from Python. Like what he did rolling off the edge, and Roy could end up back in second. D-Limes is heading back down into the basement after meeting up with the president. I believe he does go for Swim Glitch, and if you don't know what Swim Glitch is, it's something found by Stealth Edge that allows us to swim in air, to swim over the swimming area. If you're interested in what games are coming up, please do look at the schedule by typing in !schedule. Oh no, D-Limes is not going for Swim Glitch. I don't know if he actually knows how to do it. I don't blame him. Swim Glitch is really tough, and you have to get it pretty quickly in order for it to save time. So he's just gonna swim normally through this area. Meanwhile, Roy is entering Shell 1 core, and Python is finishing picking up the Nikita. D-Limes is going to go for the lethal Vamp strat. We're going to be shooting some stingers at Vamp in a precise rhythm to kill him right at the start. Let's see how he manages it. And he gets the rhythm. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well done by D-Limes. Now, the cue for that, you can either listen to Vamp scream in pain and use your rhythm like that, or you can watch the bar, his health bar, decrease, and then time your shots out like that. And the timing is going to depend on the version on PC, since there's little to no frame lag. You have to do it pretty quickly. Pythonicus shooting the missile to rescue the president. Very nice. D-Lime starting the Emma escort right now. Pythonicus meeting up with the president, and Roy heading upstairs to save the president. Again, in quotation marks. You don't need to carry Emma to the end of that hallway. You can just run through. there's some pretty interesting tech here with the Emma escort that we're going to see once we get to the top floor, including a teleportation trick. The other big thing is positioning yourself in a good spot relative to Emma so you can grab her hand quickly and move quickly. It can be pretty tricky to do.
Let me get...
Roy firing that Nikita missile. And does it with ease. Very nice. How much does the teleportation save? It doesn't save too much time, because in part you have to deal with the load from going outside to inside. So if I were to wager a number, I can't imagine it's more than like 5 seconds. But don't quote me on that. dlimes is going to do... Ooh, a nice fast hand grab from dlimes. Incredible. Tap the elevator button twice. And start choking Emma to carry her over, since she doesn't like bugs. So we'll just bring her over. And Pythonicus is going for swim glitch. Let's see how he handles it. You gotta swim at the corner and tap left and circle. And he's getting that rise. He's getting the rise. It looks like he's gonna have to readjust. Again, it's a very tricky thing to get. And I think at this point he's losing time from it. It's a very tight window in order to get this fast and actually save time from it. As you see, dlimes is doing the teleportation trick. Oh, Roy is catching up to Python now. Python's having a lot of trouble with this swim glitch. Lost him a lot of time. I think he'll still be in the lead, but not by as much as before. dlimes showing off that teleportation trick, bringing Emma into that room, and he's going for the bump. Oh man, he's ready to risk it, and he got it. So that bump, you bump her through the door, she'll be pushed forward. But if you mess up that bump, that can kill your run, because Emma will disappear, fall through the level. dlimes just going for the swag. Pythonicus is going for the non-lethal vamp now. So with non-lethal vamp, you need to punch vamp and rhythm and end up in his body so he counterattacks over and over again. Unfortunately, he did not finish him off with a final kick, which does save you time, but that's okay. Indeed, he risked it and got his biscuit. Well done by dlimes, putting it all on the line for just a couple seconds. Gotta keep it entertaining, you know. Oh man, I love that setup with the AK. I gotta steal that one too, folks. This is so good. It just auto-aims onto the guy behind him. Oh, brilliant. Don't even need to aim, man. Don't even need to aim. Roy as well doing non-lethal strat, but he's doing it from the opposite side. I don't think I've actually seen this before. This is interesting. Usually I see runners do it from the the pool opening rather than from that rail. Very interesting. And again, doing the non-lethal punch strat is what we do on European Extreme for big boss runs. dlimes starting the sniping section. Killing some dudes, killing some claymores, killing some UAVs, just the standard stuff. Yeah, that is an excellent display of what dlimes is capable of. Arguably one of the best new players on the scene, especially when it comes to normal, I would say. Showing off what is possible on normal. You know, a few years ago, People did run normal, but it wasn't quite as routed out as it is today. It was kind of more like European Extreme, just placed on normal difficulty. But with the help of multiple people, Pythonicus, Tyler, Raichu, dlimes, Azu, myself, among others that I'm probably forgetting, and I do apologize, we have improved normal to something really its own beast. Oh, and iridescence as well. So, gotta give it to everyone who's helped contribute to this run. Really is a sight to see, and I highly recommend this run to anyone. It's really fun. Oh, Python bumping into Emma on accident. The other kind of Emma bump. She's just like, whoa, what are you doing? Don't bump into me like that. Now let's see what Python does on the first floor of Shell 2 core. I don't know if he's going to go for the teleportation strat. Let's see. Shrinking that guard, cartwheeling into him. Yep, he's going to do the teleportation. Python's going to do it non-lethally. Just getting around those guards. Very nice. Good movement. Good movement. Python. Roy avoiding too much damage from Emma, looks like. Now let's see if Python is going to put it all on the line. I can't imagine, because Python has had a history with this Emma bump on this channel, but let's see what he does. He's going for it too! And I think he got it. He got it. Man. I shouldn't be one to talk. I mean, I put my whole run on the line for half a second. Time save earlier.
Watch where you're aiming.
Watch where you're aiming. Shifting his weight to avoid the shot. I didn't even need to adjust the streams. They're pretty much all in sync. Good job. Good job to North American scum like myself. Dang. That wonderful internet. dlimes is just kind of spending his time waiting out for Vamp 2. And Python tricking those guards like it's no big deal. Roy getting the fast hand grab. Will Roy also go for the bump? Dare he go for the bump himself? Look like he's getting a little bit of lag. I don't think the escort is that slow, but maybe it is. Nah, he's not going for it. I don't blame him. The thing is scary. Scary. Python starting up the sniping sequence as dlimes is about to finish it. Now, once Emma gets to a certain point, Vamp 2 will begin. Beautiful form from dlimes, by the way. He's gonna shoot Vamp in his dainty little leg very quickly. Oh, you can use the Pentaz beforehand? No kidding, huh? Neat. It doesn't really save you time per se, but it is very cool. I don't know if I'm gonna steal that one though, but you know, that's pretty cool. Easy clean shots from Roy. Don't take that many pentasmin at once, kids. Be dangerous. And throw that chaff. It's a one-punch buffer to avoid getting shot. Interesting. Gotta roll over those panels that were dropped from before. This precise shooting from Python. Nice shooting, Tex. Oh, wait, Tyler's not in this race. Nice shooting, Florida man. Alright, D-Limes entering Arsenal gear. And this is where things can get pretty tricky.
It's
right
been
in the
a
run
while,
here.
hasn't it? Jack the Ripper.
You know this fellow?
Come on, you can hit that
remember
Claymore,
me,
Roy. I
don't you?
believe in you.
You've grown.
Just move a little bit to the left. Oh, God.
High concentration of cerebral implants.
No, just a little bit.
Have they altered your memory too?
Alright, it's all good. These guards haven't shown up yet.
Olga, you can't keep this up. They're bound to
So,
find you.
D-Limes is
Listen,
done with all
I'll
the
free you in a
cut
little
scenery.
while.
He's gonna call
Brace
up
yourself.
Rose, and it's faster than letting Rose call you. Now, going into the first area of Arsenal, you're gonna do that codec buffer by holding select. It's very important so we can get a nice line going into this area. For Jejunum, hold select, get through the codec, and then cartwheel past this Tengu. Remember, if a Tengu spots you, that is an
Who's
alert.
there?
If you cartwheel over him, that is also an alert. There is no caution here. Again, getting that nice codec timing for the staircase. Probably using that knee visual key. Cartwheeling into that Tengu. Cartwheeling over the gap
I
successfully.
have him. I need some backup here.
Very good. And it looks like D-Limes is going to get through without too much trouble. On the ascending colon. Gonna do the same select buffer for the codec. And then wait out a few codecs. We're gonna get a handful of codecs here. Gotta move far enough up in the tunnel so you can get them. And just kind of hang around until we get all the codec calls we need. I believe there's 4 Colonel, and then you hold, yep, for Rose. Looks like Python's trying to trank birds with the M9. Really trying to show off his aim skills here by sniping birds with a pistol, making them drown. Doing those birds dirty, my lord. So you just have to swing your sword once and then just hang around here. Just so the game knows you know how to use the sword, and we do. We do. So D-Limes is going to go enter Tengu 1 in a moment here, and Tengu 1 has a skip to it. He's going to be using some stuns, go into the door, and then go against the door and PPK in first person and let go of first person at the K, and he'll be able to skip Tengu 1. Excuse me. So let's see how he handles this. Throw a stun pretty quickly here. Equip a ration just in case. Not a bad idea, just in case things go wrong. Or another stun by the door. Head on over. equipping the AK as a backup, but looks like he didn't need it. Unless he's going to use AK for Tengu 2 here. Tengu 2, the goal is to kill these doofuses as quickly as possible. Looks like he's going to use Stinger Strat. The little strat change recently is using the Stinger here as they're spawning in from this little door. Now, if they jump down the middle, it's very challenging to hit them, but if they go to the left or the right, you can hit them before they jump down. When they jump down, they have iframes. You can't hit them until they hit the ground. But as I said, being able to take out the Tengus before they actually land on the platform is ideal. Roy taking out the D mic just for fun. Trying to get that lineup for Vamp's legs. Well, one tricky thing about this Stinger strat is sometimes Tengus will just start standing on top of you, which will mess up your aim. But ideally, this should save time. He has run out of stingers, however. Now he's going to use the AK as a backup. Making fairly quick work with these P90 Tengus. The sword Tengus, though, can deflect your bullets. These Tengus don't know what's going to hit them. He's only got 2 bullets left, but it's all finished. Very nice.
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though.
Roy is going to be able to get through this platform, no problem.
Perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother.
Okay, so D-Limes is about to enter the Rays fight. Now, we don't have to fight over 20 Rays like we do in European Extreme. However, there is some tech to normal Rays that D-Limes has been a big innovator for. We'll see what he's going to do with his Rays. Definitely another thing I should probably steal from him when I come back to this game.
I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the
Commentator is going to steal it all.
But I've made use of you.
Don't mind the Ken doll writing at the bottom of the screen. It's
Solid
all good.
Snake's sudden appearance, your arrival. It was obvious the Patriots were among my ranks. I had
Don't
to smoke
test
out
me
the
with your
agent before the
testes.
mission entered the final phase. You came in handy as
Getting
bait.
that cartwheel. Oh, Python messing up the next cartwheel.
Those
Rolling
days
into the
during
wall.
Civil War were as real as they come.
Always annoying when that happens.
Every day was absolute. Split between life
He's going to take
and
the
death.
left side.
You
maintain
ran from
stealth.
it, and now you've been led back to war by
All right,
something
D-Lime's
less
about to
than
start.
me.
His Rays fight. Let's see how he manages this. He's going to fire a missile into the mouth to get that critical damage. Weak shot on the right. Crit on the middle. Critical on the right. Critical on the middle. Critical on the left. Cartwheel to the side. Stage. Get that nice little tiny shot. It's all you needed to take out Ray 1. Now going for Ray 2, which just landed on stage. He's just waiting now, waiting for Ray 4 to come over. Waiting for the 4th Ray to jump on stage, shoot the knee, get up nice, close and personal, get those missiles out as quickly as possible. While Pythonicus doing his slashes, Roy being Jejun. Up nice, close and personal. Cut out those stingers as quickly as possible. Showing his chops. Making quick work on these Rays. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. dlimes13. These Rays can't even get on stage. Man, that was wonderful.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair.
Meanwhile,
I admit that
we're
I
in Pythonicus in the
underestimated
tunnel. I think we're gonna see who the winner is here in a short period.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Just a quick mash section, no big deal. And Python looks like he's gonna be using the AK combined with the box. No stuns needed here. Let's kill a few of these Tengus.
It's
Good,
not
clean
him I
Tengu
want
one.
the answers from.
And for Retro Gaming in chat, that is not true. There have been multiple people who have run all dog tags. Perhaps the most famous of which is Droogie with his Extreme Run Big Boss, I believe, on PlayStation 2. All dog tags. Very cool run. Python now breaking the timer. Very impressive. 1-0... ... Time is just too strong. So dlimes is going to be doing a loop here. He didn't shoot the missiles. Like, I think he wants him to shoot the missiles. So he's going to do 3 slashes and make Solidus fire the missiles. Do 3 slashes. Rinse, repeat. Pretty simple. We're getting punched, unfortunately, while doing the Tengu 1 skip. You just run forward and shooting these dudes in the face. So you get there and do his PPK. Meanwhile, Python stunning these Tengus like no one's business.
Where it gets interesting.
So now that dlimes is in phase 2, we hope that we get the elbow, not the slashes from Solidus. Just like that with that elbow.
Take this.
Bam. Looks like he's just gonna need one more combo, and that's gonna be it here. That is game for dlimes with a 101.50. dlimes is the winner
Do you remember this
of
place?
this race. Congratulations, dlimes.
This is where
Now,
we first met.
let's change over to Roy's audio. He is going at it with Tengu 2. Using the same strat, firing stingers. dlimes, this might be record, and I wouldn't be surprised. That really was a clean run. There's definitely some improvements he can make to his game plan, but still very nice. I don't think we'll be able to see the IGT before the race is over, though. The race will be done.
You all right?
Once those 2 are finished, but who knows? We have to keep on maintaining our pace for this marathon since we are behind. Python entering Rays. Let's see what approach he takes. He's gonna cartwheel forward. Try at the knee. This looks like to be the standard start for Rays here on normal.
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3
Fire at
data
the
from
middle
GW.
as it's doing the laser.
Not a bad
And then
idea.
cartwheel back.
Using fire to fight fire.
Fire at
creating
the
the
mouth
perfect
once
assassin
again.
to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development
I don't know if
program to
dlimes is
artificially
actually
reproduce
recording on his
Solid
end.
Snake, the
If
perfect
he isn't,
warrior.
then I'd be happy
The
to
result is
let
a
this run
Foxhound
until
Commando.
we get to the
When
IGT.
Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one
So
of
we
the
do have another
Patriots'
race later on
puppets.
tonight.
And I've made use of you, and their plan too. Solid Snake's sudden appearance.
Well, it's not really
your
about you
arrival.
minding, it's more
It was
just
obvious
so
the
we're not
Patriots were among my
running this
ranks.
marathon till 5 in the morning,
I had
that's
to
all.
smoke out the agent before the mission
But I
entered
appreciate
the
it.
final phase. You came in handy as bait.
Or rather, this day of the marathon.
Jack, those days during the Civil War were as real as they come. Every day was absolute, split between life and death. You ran from
Python
it,
similarly
and now you've been
staying
led back to
by
war
where
by
the
something less than real.
rays spawn, preventing them from going on stage. Pretty clean fight from Python. Now Roy starting up his rays. Go to the edge. I think he's going to have to. Oh, yep, he got hit by the missile. Never fun is getting hit by those missiles. It's an annoying piece of time loss. And now, rays are all spread out, but a nice crit shot in that open mouth on that ray. The winter badge will not obstruct anything. Don't worry about it. Get there first. Auto set to record. Okay, dlimes is recording, so that means we do not need to wait for that. Important to see right now with that win. Besides the sleep scoops. Python starting up. Solid is here. He's going to be doing the slash loop. He's going to slash on his good side and slash on his bad side. In a particular rhythm to maintain it. However, it did break the rhythm, unfortunately. It's okay. Just start over again. No big deal. It'll be a little bit tricky though, getting that position properly. Get that loop. So you don't accidentally slash in the bag. Just a moment ago. Looks like Roy is nearly done with rays. It's such a tricky shot to hit when the ray is positioned like that. Python getting the zoomers, getting the people's elbow. Very nice. Roy finished with rays.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated
And
you.
that is time for Python with his 1-0 ellipsis 0.9 run. Congratulations, Python, on a new world
Squeeze the
record.
answers out of you instead, my son.
I think the space you have for your timer is not big enough. Window itself.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not
very
him
bizarre,
I want
given
the
that
answers from.
everyone else's timers worked except Pythonicus. Pythonicus, being the birthday boy of this marathon, of course, has to make his timer unique by breaking it. Well done. Roy finishing up. Let's see Roy finish up strong. Everyone, let's give it up for our boy Roy as he finishes up this run. I think this is his first run on PC. And frankly, it looks like he's going to end up with, like, you know, a pretty good time, I would say. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to do a slash loop with a punch. Punch him, slash, block, 2 slashes, punch, slash to make him block, and then block, rinse, repeat. Pretty clean, honestly. 3 different ways of doing Solidus on display here. A lot of different strat possibilities in this game. Looks like Roy is having a pretty sweet fight here. Very nice. No, he's done. Okay, Roy, I know you want him. Let me at him. Let me at him. Yeah, you're good. Zooming does not get the elbow. Makes him enter this loop once again. 2 slashes, punch, slash to block, and then block his attack. Rinse, repeat. Pretty simple. Looks like it's just going to be one more slash and Solidus is over. That's it. dlimes finishing up his credits with a 109.42, 14 alerts, 47 kills, and 1 ration used.
This is where we first met.
GG to dlimes.
I remember now. Today is the day I met you.
GG.
That's it.
What an incredible performance from dlimes and, frankly, all of our racers here. Well done. That was an exciting race, especially during bomb disposal. Well played. Apparently a 3-second record from dlimes.
I think I found something
Phenomenal.
to pass along to the
Absolutely
future.
phenomenal.
He said
We've
all
had
living
now
things
2
want their genes to live
PBs on
Are you
this
talking
stream.
about the baby?
Katana
Yeah.
Zero with
on. The genes
Ruckus.
are the only thing you pass
no
on. There are too many
PB/record
things
from
that aren't
dlimes.
written into our DNA.
Well done.
It's up
Well
to us
done.
to teach that to our children.
As always,
kind
if
of
you're interested in
things?
learning this run,
The environment,
head on over to
our ideas, our
MetalGearSpeedrunners.com
culture,
for all that hot tech. This is a really cool run.
sorrow,
Like I said, I recommend it to anyone, and
we'll
I'm
tell
sure
them everything together.
the runners had a great time
that
doing
a
this race as well.
Proposal?
This is for
We'll be
your
moving on
ears
to
only.
Metal Gear Solid on PC, played by Metal Glenn Solid. Stick around.